Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I will be bringing you this wall hanging acorn with a faux foliage in it. So these are the slatted acorns that I got from Dollar Tree. I got them in a package of leaves and pumpkins and the acorns. A few years ago, back when everything was $1, I got a case of them and had them sent to the store, which I don't even think you can do anymore. And then I have this white burlap also from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to cut off a rectangle piece of it. And I am going to Mod Podge it down to my acorn bottom portion there. And the Mod Podge I use is some homemade Mod Podge. It's 2 cups of either all-purpose glue, Elmer's or Elmer's school glue, and a half a cup of water. And then you just mix it up. If it's too thick, add more water. If it's too thin, add more glue. And it's basically like the Mod Podge mat that you buy at the store. I use it all the time. I don't even buy Mod Podge anymore. This is way less expensive, and what I do is I buy a gallon of Elmer's glue. And like I said, you could either get the all-purpose or the school glue. It doesn't matter which one. So anyway, I'm just going to cover the bottom portion of my acorn, and then I'm going to add my white burlap to it. And you do want to get a pretty good bit of Mod Podge on your acorn, because the wood soaks it up and so does the burlap. Then once I get it on there, I put on another generous portion of Mod Podge. And where my burlap was kind of lifting up off my acorn, I did add some more Mod Podge to that. So I do use, like I said, quite a bit of Mod Podge for this. I want it to soak in. I want it to get this burlap hard when it dries so that it's easier to cut off. And I did iron my burlap pieces before I used it, because you know they're rolled up and it's kind of hard to use if you don't iron them. So if you iron them, it'll help you out quite a bit. And like I said, the wood and the burlap really soaks up that Mod Podge. Now I will be using 2 of these acorns and 23 of the tumbling tower blocks. So I just keep putting more Mod Podge on there to fill that up. So don't be afraid to put a lot of Mod Podge on it. Okay, now I'm going to start on the top, and I want to cut down my piece. And this is the white polka dotted burlap from the Dollar Tree. Again, I did iron it. And I'm just going to cut a piece out. And I want to cover up the top of the acorn along with the stem. So again, I'm going to use a generous amount of my homemade Mod Podge on the wood. Like I said, it does kind of soak it up, and so does the burlap. And to make sure you put it on the stem along with the cap. I'm just going to press that down and then start putting my Mod Podge on top of my burlap. Again, I'm being very generous with my homemade Mod Podge. I left this part in there with the Mod Podge so you can see how heavily I'm putting it on the acorn and then on top of the burlap, because you really do want to put quite a bit on there. Then you could set this aside to dry, and we're going to work on the other acorn. And I'm going to add I took the hanger off, and then I'm going to add it on the opposite way. So I want the hanger to be on the bottom side of this acorn and the little plastic pieces on the top side. And then I'm just going to start adding on my tumbling tower blocks. I'm going to use the wood glue for this from the Dollar Tree. There it is. It's in the automotive section. Stuff is pretty good. I really like it. I'm going to have to go buy me some more. I'm almost out. I use it all the time for wood. Have not had a problem with it. Except for when, you know, I've been a little bit too impatient and tried to move stuff while it was still wet. So you do want to make sure that it dries before you move it around. So I'm just going to put my blocks on around my acorn, making sure that I stay away from where the two anchor pieces of wood are on the back that the slats are glued to. I don't want the blocks in that area. Because if you do that, then your blocks will not adhere to the top portion of your acorn. They'll be on those horizontal pieces of wood, and then they won't go flat on the acorn. Now, you could have taken the top acorn and put these on the back of it. That would probably be the smarter thing to do, but mine was wet and I was letting it dry while I did this. But if you're doing this at home, wait till it dries, flip over that top side acorn and then put these on the back, and you won't have to worry about it, because this acorn here will adhere to it and you won't have any issues. And I didn't paint or put anything on these tumbling tower blocks and this bottom acorn. I just left them all natural. So I put on 3 blocks on each of the bottom planks. And I don't like using hot glue with wood products like this, because I live in Texas, it's hot, and things tend to fall apart. But this is what it looks like with the tumbling tower blocks on it. So I set that aside to dry, and then I'm just going to trim up my other acorn with the burlap on it. And I just use my scissors and go around it. The acorn is a pretty simple design, very easy to cut with the scissors. You could probably use an X-Acto knife, although I have not tried that with a burlap. I just use my scissors. So if you've tried it and you like the way it works, then please do that. I found that my scissors did a pretty good job. And there it is. Looks pretty good. And now what I'm going to do is put my wood glue on the top of the tumbling tower blocks. And then I'm going to put the top of my acorn on that. And like I said, you want to make sure that your tumbling tower blocks line up so they are not touching the bars that are on the back of this acorn. And so that the blocks sit flush to your acorn and not on the bars that are keeping your slats together. So what I do is I put this heavy box on top of it just until the glue sets up. It's a pretty heavy box. Now it's time to take it off. And there it is. There's our acorn. Ain't she pretty? So we can put our faux flowers in here. And I have these fall stems that I got from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago when it was 90% off. And I did bend the bottom of it, but I did not take these apart. I left it as is, and then I just put it in there. And doesn't that look and feel perfect for that? I love it. Let me know what you think of this. Nice fall colors. And here it is on my wall. Pretty, pretty. And again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe, feel free to do so, but you don't have to. And I'll see you in the next video.